Okay, so our last candidate tonight is Matthew McGhee. He is candidate for Texas Senate District 30. This is his open seat right now. It is Drew Springer has indicated that he is not running again. I'm sure there's some other new Republicans that are running for this office. So I don't know. A lot can happen. We have potential here. So let's hear from Matt. And Matt, take it away. Tell us a little bit more about who you are and why you are running for office.
Okay, I'm excited to talk to you guys because you guys are from the fun side of the internet. Like your PAC's name is a pun. I like that. Anyway, I got for the first time in 2022, and the state Senate seat I'm running for was unopposed. Unopposed with what's at stake. In 11 counties, we couldn't come up with a Democrat to run. Okay, why did I vote for the first time in 2022? I'm Canadian. That's when I got my citizenship. I married a journalist I met on a business trip. She dragged me down to Texas. Texas was a giant eye-opener on racism. Just seeing the default racism flip from Native Americans to Black people was just, oh my goodness, I'm a horrible person. Once my wife got out of her high-stress editing job to look after our kids and do some freelancing, I was able to volunteer because there's no more conflict of interest there. One of the reasons I'm running is I want to be the everyman, the relatable guy. It's always rich people running. It's always big money. Sometimes it's retired. Sometimes you get a well-funded activist. You never get just someone who has a job, who has kids, who's working class running. And that's where we get these insane niche ideas from. No normal person comes up with this stuff that gets passed in Texas. I'm a country guy. I have pretty redneck hobbies. Like I fix off-roaders, I off-road, I dirt bike. So I run in fairly Republican friend circles. Also, I'm in North Texas. Everyone's a Republican or quietly a Democrat. These people don't have a problem with anything that our politicians have a problem with. No one has a strong opinion about gender identity. You can even have a good conversation about red flag laws and immigration with normal people. And especially what I'm seeing is millennial Gen Z, they don't even vote. They're just over it. They're mad. And I want to stop that. This is America. We invented voting. Let's just run people that we can relate to and vote for them.
Okay. So, what are your 3 issues that you are planning on running on during this election cycle?
Housing. I think it's the same across all of Texas, especially bad in this sort of suburbs of DFW, Denton Metroplex. What we saw 2008, we had .com crash followed by a subprime mortgage crash. The investment wasn't there. We stopped building houses. Now there's this scarcity in Texas combined with everyone coming in from out of the state for the good jobs. And suddenly single moms, $1,900 a month is good rent. And that's not on a college educated job. What does get built as a new build is high margin, like little mini McMansions, HOAs. We're starting to see everything being a special utility district to, because we don't want to fund things properly through taxes. We're just not building starter homes. And what starter homes do get built, there's this scarcity, and the investors the big corporate investors are using this to snap it up and charge $2K plus for a rental in a town that should be, an $800 a month rental. So people just can't afford to live. I found myself in a really weird position where I'm the millennial that owns a house and I have an automation job, night shift diff, 40 hours a week, one parent working is paying the bills. Okay, I have time. I have a 10-month-old and a 3-year-old. The 10-month-old is keeping me from doing anything fun. So, hey, I have the time to just go around, talk to people. Why don't I run for something? The house prices, we need state regulation to fix that. We need the discussion. We need to have the discussion. We're not even having the discussion. It's not a problem for the people that give the political campaigns and who run. It's just not a discussion. It's what everyone is talking about on Facebook, what everyone's talking about in person. We need that to be the political discussion. That's what I'm here to do. Healthcare, party line. That's my second point, but I don't need to say much about that. We all know that. I'm Canadian, oldest of 6 kids, single mom. My brother broke his femur and got airlifted to the nearest hospital. $0, but the gas to go pick him up with a titanium rod in his leg. They didn't even do it wrong. They did what was right, $0, because single payer healthcare through your taxes. If you're middle class by tax freedom day in Canada, you've paid the same as you paid with your healthcare. It doesn't matter. If you're poor, Texas is disgusting. We have 1.4 million people off Medicaid. We have the whole insurance problem where we need to get rid of that whole employer funded insurance plan where they get to pay into a very low risk population because it's the people they're hired. It's at will employment too, if you're too much money by, for other reasons, of course. So we also need to get that whole algorithm kicking people off of their insurance claims. That needs to go. Like, doctors are the only people who can make that decision. And that's just stuff that we're starting to see over in Delaware. They're starting to make those laws. Texas needs to do that too. The other thing I find very bipartisan, Texas doesn't fund its bureaucracy. There's 2-month wait for the DMV. I got to talk to Dan Patrick. Oh, that was a horrible experience. I'm 100% always a Democrat. He went on the, but nobody wants to work anymore rant. No, you're not paying enough. Like, we need more people in prisons and hospitals, and the money's not there. Like,
Yeah.
for very high stress jobs, there's a solution to get people to work. You pay more, you invest into training programs that gets them ready for this. And we're just not doing that because it costs money. Our homelessness problems, our violence problems, they're very poverty related. And what we fail to realize in the middle class, where I could just never pay attention again to the problems below me, and I can't do that. We need someone to speak out for everybody, including the poor people, including the lower middle class people, including the people that have found themselves slipping down a category with the expenses getting nuts lately. And the Gen Z millennials, the younger millennials, they're just out. They're depressed. They're talking about moving to Finland. Even the ones with the little Catholic crosses and the cowboy boots.
Where can we find you?
Okay.
What's the best
Okay.
way to find you?
I have a website, voteformatt.lol. You can also find me on TikTok and Facebook
Okay.
with the username Don't Vote for Matt, which takes some explanation. $7,200 a year legislative salary. There's a reason we only see rich, powerful idiots get in. They've priced normal people out of winning. Because if I win, I'm bankrupt. And that's disgusting. That needs to change.
It's gotten so bad with how many special sessions we had this past year that even the wealthy people can no longer be in office anymore. Okay, well, that is great. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us here today. I really appreciate you coming out and running for office and, doing your best to get out there.